For every swing, every moment, the Milwaukee Brewers fight. It's not just about hitting the ball, it's about leaving a legacy.
Stop everything you're doing. While the media talks about the obvious, the Brewers might add a game-changing piece to the playoff roster. It's a brilliant and quiet strategy that could define our season. Want to know what this move is? Subscribe to the channel quickly before this news gets out. Hello, Brew Crew Nation. This is your trusted source for everything about our beloved Milwaukee Brewers. Before we dive into today's analysis and exclusive information, I need to ask a favor from you, the heart and soul of this team. If you're not yet part of our community, please hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. It's quick, it's free, and it helps me continue to bring you the most in-depth content and the hottest news about the Brewers, always firsthand. I guarantee you won't want to miss what's coming, especially with the playoffs right around the corner. I'm counting on the support of each and every one of you. All right, let's get down to business. The 2025 regular season is drawing to a close, and what a spectacular year it has been for our Milwaukee Brewers. We've clinched the National League Central title for the 4th time in the last 5 years, and punched our ticket to the postseason for the 7th time in the last 8 seasons. We're sitting at the top of Major League Baseball with the best record, and now the fight is to secure home field advantage throughout the October journey. We know it wasn't an easy path. We took some tough blows in the offseason with the departure of our shortstop and the soul of the team, Willie Adams, who left in free agency, and the trade of our elite closer, Devin Williams, to the New York Yankees. Those were losses that hurt, losses that made many doubt us. But this team, with its characteristic resilience, saw several players step up in a monumental way, exceeding all expectations. And it's precisely the construction of the playoff roster that I want to talk about today. About a piece that might not be on everyone's radar, but has the potential to be a true ace up our sleeve. I've been talking to some sources, analyzing the front office's moves, and reading what the experts are saying. One analysis that really caught my eye came from Tyler Miller at Reviewing the Brew, and it aligns with some whispers I've been hearing behind the scenes. The idea is this: the addition of outfielder Brandon Lockridge to the playoff roster. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Brandon Lockridge? That guy we quietly acquired at the trade deadline? Exactly. And that's where the genius of the strategy that might be being drawn up by Matt Arnold and his team lies. Lockridge was acquired from the San Diego Padres at the end of July in a trade that sent pitcher Nestor Cortez and prospect Jorge Quintana to California. At the time, it was a move that went unnoticed by many, overshadowed by bigger-name deals. He had a short stint with the Major League team in August, covering for Jackson Chourio, who was on the injured list. In 20 games, his numbers at the plate weren't eye-popping, which is why his inclusion on the October roster might seem counterintuitive to the casual fan. But Lockridge's value isn't in his home run power, it's in his legs. We're talking about an elite athlete in terms of speed. According to StatCast metrics, Lockridge's sprint speed is in the 99th percentile of the league. That puts him among the fastest players in all of Major League Baseball. He is, without a doubt, the #1 speedster in our entire organization. And speed, my friends, is a game-changer in the playoffs. In the postseason, where every base, every run, and every mistake is amplified, having a weapon like Lockridge on the bench can be the difference between victory and defeat. During his brief time with the big league club, he only stole 2 bases, but don't be fooled. His track record in the minor leagues is definitive proof of his talent. Between 2023 and 2024, playing in the farm system, Lockridge accumulated an impressive 86 stolen bases in 196 games, while being caught just 11 times. Do the math. That projects to 71 stolen bases over a 162-game season, with an absurd success rate of nearly 87%. That's elite efficiency. He's not just fast, he's smart and knows how to use his speed to pressure opposing defenses. He knows how to read pitchers, get the perfect jump, and has the instincts to turn a single into a double, or put himself in scoring position with simple contact. He's the kind of specialist who can decide a close game late. The proposal, as Miller rightly notes, is not to put Lockridge in the starting lineup to be an impact hitter. His role would be surgical. Picture the scenario. A tied game in the 8th or 9th inning. We get a runner on base. Who do you want coming off the bench to run for him? A player with the ability to steal second and maybe even third, creating a chance to score the winning run without needing an extra hit. He would be the ideal pinch runner. Furthermore, his speed and athleticism make him a high-level defensive substitute for the final innings, covering the vast outfield of American Family Field and preventing crucial extra base hits. The versatility of having a specialist like him on the roster gives our manager, Pat Murphy, immense tactical flexibility in the most tense moments of the playoffs. Deepening this analysis, the inclusion of a player with Brandon Lockridge's profile on the postseason roster is a clear reflection of the philosophy that has guided the Milwaukee Brewers to success in recent years: the pursuit of value and efficiency in specific niches. While other teams spend fortunes on big stars, our front office has specialized in identifying complementary pieces that perform elite functions. In the playoffs, the game slows down, becomes more strategic, and every detail matters. Having a disruptor on the bench, a player who can enter the game and completely change its dynamic with his speed, is a competitive advantage that cannot be underestimated. We've seen this work for other champion teams in the past. Remember Dave Roberts for the Boston Red Sox in 2004, or Terrence Gore for the Kansas City Royals in 2014 and 2015. Players who weren't stars, but whose legs became legendary in decisive October moments. The question that arises is, how would Lockridge fit into our current roster composition? Our outfield already boasts talents like Sal Frelick, Blake Perkins, and Garrett Mitchell, all of whom have good speed and athleticism. However, none of them possess the pure, top-end speed and the stolen base success rate that Lockridge has demonstrated in the minor leagues. He would be a specialized weapon. His presence on the roster might mean that a player with a more redundant profile, perhaps a bench bat with less versatility, gets left off. It's a tough decision, one that involves weighing the value of an extra bat against the value of an elite speed threat. But in the playoffs, where games are often decided by a single run, the bet on speed almost always pays off. He doesn't need to hit 300. He needs to be a constant threat on the bases and flawless on defense when his number is called. The trade that brought him to Milwaukee also deserves a closer look. We gave up Nestor Cortez, a pitcher who had his moments, and a prospect, Jorge Quintana. It was a calculated gamble. The front office saw an asset in Lockridge with an elite tool, 99th percentile speed, that could be extremely valuable in the right scenario. If he enters a crucial playoff game and steals a base that leads to the winning run, that trade will be viewed as one of the shrewdest of the season. It's this type of move, quiet but with a clear purpose, that defines the Brewers' management. It's not about making noise in the media, but about building a complete roster with answers for every situation a playoff series can present. Lockridge's presence also adds a layer of psychological pressure on opponents. When he's on the bench, the opposing pitcher and catcher know that, at any moment, the speed threat can enter the game. This can force mistakes, lead to a careless pitch, or a defensive lapse. It's an intangible factor, but a real one. He changes how the other team manages the end of a game. Having this weapon at their disposal is a luxury that many World Series aspiring teams would love to have. The Brewers have suffered from a lack of consistent offense in past postseasons. Perhaps the solution isn't just to add more power, but to add more ways to manufacture runs. Lockridge represents exactly that, an alternative and efficient way to apply pressure and cross home plate. Therefore, the addition of Brandon Lockridge to the playoff roster, while it may seem like a footnote to many, is, in my view, a strategic, intelligent move that is fully aligned with the identity of our Milwaukee Brewers. It's a move that prioritizes versatility, specialization, and the ability to win tight games, which are the hallmark of the postseason. He won't be the hero of every game, but he could be the hero of the game that gets us to the World Series. Now, I want to hear from you, the Brew Crew. What do you think of this possibility? Do you believe Brandon Lockridge's speed could be the difference maker we need in the playoffs? Or would you prefer to see that roster spot filled by a hitter with more power? Leave your opinions in the comments below. Let's debate. Let's analyze. Because this team belongs to all of us. And if you enjoyed this in-depth analysis and want to stay ahead of the news with exclusive insights on our team, don't forget, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Here at Rotero, Milwaukee, Brewers 2 Mil. You'll always get the fastest information and the most complete analysis. Let's go on this journey to the title together.